Some wounds are invisible yet relentless. They do not bleed but linger in the marrow of the mind, shaping perception, shaping self, shaping life itself. Toxic parents do not simply hurt in childhood, they leave shadows that stretch across decades, influencing how we trust, love, and see the world. Carl Jung warned that the unhealed past becomes a prison. Toxic parenting is a blueprint, sometimes invisible, sometimes blatant, that teaches fear, shame, or dependency. These lessons often masquerade as norms buried under duty, guilt, or false gratitude. Many spend years trying to outrun these shadows, not realizing they are running from themselves, from the unacknowledged truth that what shaped them can also be transformed. The first step in reclaiming your life is recognition. Acknowledge the shadow without judgment, without self-blame. The pain inflicted was never deserved, and yet it exists, and within it lies the raw material for growth, self-discovery, and ultimately liberation. Body. The lingering effects on self-worth. Toxic parents often erode the foundation of self-esteem. Criticism, neglect, and conditional love implant a silent question. Am I enough? This shadow follows into adulthood, manifesting as self-doubt, overcompensation, or the constant search for validation. Jung reminds us that the psyche carries the echoes of childhood. The negative patterns imprinted early can influence relationships, career choices, and even how we treat ourselves. Adults who grew up in toxic households may find themselves apologizing for existing, fearing judgment, or sabotaging their own success. But awareness is the first spark of liberation. Recognize the origins of your self-criticism. When you see that the voice in your head may not be your own, but a reflection of unresolved parental toxicity, the path to reclaiming your self-worth begins. The power lies in differentiating who you are from the programming you inherited. The shadow in relationships. The effects of toxic parents often show up in our adult relationships. You might fear being left, struggle to trust, or build walls around your heart. Sometimes you're drawn to partners who treat you poorly, repeating old patterns without even realizing it. Nietzsche said, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." In other words, if you haven't healed your past, you might keep giving your power away, seeking approval, giving up your independence, or staying in harmful situations. Healing starts when you notice these patterns and make conscious choices. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-respect. True love doesn't come from needing someone else to fix you. It comes from two people who are whole, aware, and able to connect honestly. The change begins inside you, and the world around you follows. Emotional repression and its consequences. Many children of toxic parents learn early that emotions are dangerous. Expressing them may provoke anger, neglect, or ridicule. As adults, this can manifest as emotional repression, numbness, or difficulty articulating feelings. Rumi wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Repressed emotions are not flaws. They are buried treasures waiting for acknowledgement. Healing involves allowing yourself to feel without shame, to cry, to express anger, and to recognize the legitimacy of your inner life. This reclamation is subtle but transformative. As you honor your emotions, you reclaim agency over your inner world. What was once suppressed becomes a source of insight, empathy, and strength. You learn to respond to life with authenticity, not reaction, and to navigate the world with a heart that is present, not imprisoned. Identity and self-discovery. Toxic parenting often distorts identity. You may have learned to wear masks to survive: the obedient child, the perfectionist, the people-pleaser. These identities may serve survival but not self-fulfillment. The process of rebuilding is an excavation of the self. Who are you beneath the masks? What do you love when not constrained by fear, expectation, or shame? Jung believed in individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming your authentic self. This process requires courage, reflection, and honesty. Begin by exploring your passions, your values, and your innate inclinations. Separate inherited judgments from your own desires. The path to reclaiming identity is also the path to freedom, a journey from shadow into light, from obligation into authenticity. Forgiveness without repetition. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is clarity. Forgiving toxic parents does not mean excusing harm or re-entering destructive patterns. It means releasing the hold of anger, bitterness, and resentment over your life. Rumi said, "Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder." Forgiveness is the inner act of reclaiming power. It is saying, "I will not let your actions define my life anymore." The shadow may remain, but it no longer controls your choices. Through forgiveness, you gain perspective. You see your parents as flawed humans, capable of harm yet deserving of compassion, not for them but for yourself. This act of release opens Space for growth, love, and self-realization. Building resilience and boundaries. Survivors of toxic parenting often underestimate the importance of resilience and boundaries. Healing is not passive. It requires the deliberate creation of structures that protect your energy and nurture your growth. Resilience emerges when you honor your limits, stand firm in your values, and refuse to accept manipulation or abuse. Boundaries are not walls to isolate, but frameworks to ensure your well-being. Each time you uphold them, you reinforce your inner authority and reclaim space for authentic living. Consistency matters. Small, deliberate actions, saying no, speaking your truth, prioritizing self-care, compound over time. Like water carving stone, these practices gradually reshape your inner landscape, turning vulnerability into strength and chaos into equilibrium. Transformation through conscious reflection. Healing from toxic parenting takes time and patience. It's a lifelong process of paying attention to yourself, your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Journaling, quiet reflection, or talking to someone you trust can help you notice patterns you weren't aware of before. You begin to see triggers not as personal flaws, but as echoes of the past. Pain and suffering are not just obstacles, they are teachers showing you what needs attention and care. Each moment you pause and observe yourself is a step toward freedom. Change doesn't happen overnight. It grows slowly, day by day, as you learn to choose your responses instead of reacting automatically. Healing is not about forgetting the past, it's about using it as a tool. Every memory, every hurt becomes part of your strength and your story, guiding you toward a life that is more conscious, authentic, and empowered. The gift of empathy and insight. Survivors of toxic parenting often develop extraordinary empathy. Having navigated cruelty or neglect, they can recognize suffering in others, sometimes instinctively. This sensitivity becomes a gift, a compass for compassion, understanding, and meaningful connection. However, empathy without boundaries risks burnout. True insight arises when empathy is tempered with discernment. When you embrace both understanding and self-preservation, your capacity to help, guide, and influence expands. Your shadow becomes a teacher, revealing the subtleties of human emotion and the complexity of relational dynamics. Reclaiming joy and authentic living. The ultimate goal of healing is not mere survival, but the reclamation of joy. Toxic parenting may have robbed you of freedom, spontaneity, or the simple pleasure of self-expression. Rebuilding your life is an intentional pursuit of these gifts. Engage with creativity, nature, and relationships that nourish rather than drain. Rediscover passions suppressed by fear or expectation. Celebrate small victories. Each moment of authentic living reinforces your autonomy and affirms your worth. True joy is not the absence of pain, it is the integration of experience, shadow, and self. The more fully you embrace your own existence, the more liberated you become, able to navigate life with depth, clarity, and resilience. The shadow of toxic parents may be long, but it doesn't have to control your life. By noticing patterns, reflecting on them, and taking deliberate action, you can reclaim your choices, rebuild your confidence, and live true to yourself. Pain can become wisdom, struggles can build strength, and the past can be the foundation for a better future. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you choose to become. Step forward with courage, set your boundaries, and embrace your life fully. Like, share, and subscribe if this speaks to you. Show others that even from the darkest shadows, a new, stronger, and wiser self can rise.